Hello, this is Right Side Trader. Today is May 23rd, 2025, and this is my weekly market review where I'm reviewing the S&P 500, that's SPY, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is off educational purposes only, no trade recommendation, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading. So please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. All right, let's take a quick look at this quarterly chart and see what we see. We still see us above pivot. We still see green. We're still looking very bullish here on this quarterly chart. And all. Let's go down to our monthly chart. On our monthly chart, we're back below the 9-10 moving average. And all. Right here, this is our 9-10 moving average. So technically, we are back in a bear market. If you want to be real technical about it and all, and looking at where we closed at, we closed below that blue line, and since we closed below that blue line, let's say technically we are in a bear market. Although this is a very bullish looking pattern right here, so based on your trading plan and your trading strategy, trade accordingly. I would still be looking. We got to wait until the end of the month. As long as this candle doesn't turn red, I would still looking for a confirmation candle, over here to form something like this on this monthly chart come next month. This is May. We'll be looking for that in June. And also, again, you see I draw a tail on this thing, can actually come down a little bit more before we actually go back up and make these, at least get probably above all-time high and probably still end up in June closing below all-time highs. That can still happen, and I'm still kind of expecting that and got to kind of like wait and see what happens. But let's go ahead and go down to this weekly chart and see what we see there. On this weekly chart, you kind of like see what I see here on this weekly chart. On this weekly chart, we have a red candle and all. And on this weekly chart with this piercing pattern here at the top, closing with a lower low and closing with a lower high and a closing with a lower low, and actually did make a lower low on a weekly chart. I can see us coming down here and maybe trying to close this gap maybe right now. That's what may happen. Don't know, not really, can't say, but this is what I see. And we might come down just to this pivot point. This is a weekly chart. These are monthly pivots, as you can see up here, monthly pivots. And also, I kind of think we could come down here to maybe come next month. We still may get a pullback, this crazy pullback, and all down here to this R1 level, and all that's an R1. That's an R1, is what I'm saying, an R1. And then we get our bounce back to the upside. And then we still may or may not get it back above pivot. If we end up opening, it's all according to what happened next week in this month of May. If we end up getting below pivot, I definitely would see us going down here. But if we end up come next week, this last week of May, on these monthly pivots, if we can stay above pivot, I can see us maybe not going as low, just low enough to close this gap, then coming back up here. And we still may not get all-time highs come next month, because again, I'm still seeing this green line here, this R1 level, and us being below all-time highs. Us actually going to an R2 level to get above all-time highs. That may not happen until July now, based on what I'm seeing here. But that's what I see, and I don't know, not sure about anything. But this is just looking at the charts and what I kind of expect. We can still push to the downside a little bit more before we actually go a little bit higher. All right, but let's go ahead and go down to the daily noise and wrap this on up. On the daily noise, we see it here. I'm gonna back up just a little bit there, where we can see this high back over here that we're actually fighting. When I say this high back over here that we're actually fighting, I'm talking about this stuff back here. As you can see, we couldn't break that and all. We came up there. That supply back here is keeping this market pushing to the downside over here. They're still selling off. And as you can see, we've gotten lower lows and lower highs and stuff, so we are trending to the downside come next week. This is our central pivot, so I do expect us to come down to maybe at least here, and maybe down here to this support 2 level. That's our S2 level, before we actually bounce back to the upside. That's what I see. And that's all I really have to share at this time. I hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next week. Have a good one. This is Right Side Trader. Talk to you later. Bye. Have a happy Memorial Day.